Well, I'm sure you all suspected that I'd cross the line eventually, so here goes. A hot button issue in recent years has been race swapping, aka the erasure of redheads, and gender swapping, aka the erasure of men. From Snow White to Ariel to what we now know as the coal mine canary of Hermione, and the most baffling one was Johnny Storm in Fan Four Stick, and now we're on to probably the most misguided one yet, Severus Snape. This has really just become the easy way for movie studios to show just how righteous they are without having to actually do any work. We're not racist, we made Snow White Hispanic. And half Polish. We're not sexist, look, we made the Ghostbusters women. Please don't shine a black light on that couch. Honestly, most audiences are just really tired of it because they see what they're doing and think it's stupid and not helpful, or good for that matter. People like me are sick of it because we just want the thing we like without it being changed just so some producer can feel better about himself at cocktail parties. But there are some that say that this is all a good thing. We need more ethnically diverse or female characters in pop culture. It doesn't affect you. It's not actually different. It's the same character with a different skin tone or genitals. The fact that you're against it just shows that you're an ist of some kind. The producer hopes that those are the people that he's flirting with at the cocktail party. Well, let me show you how you're wrong from your point of view. So let me tell you what thought goes into creating a character. Everything. Most of the best, most real characters in media have had crazy amounts of thought put into them. What was their childhood like? What was their first job? How many people have they dated? How tall are they? What are their favorite foods? What are their favorite colors? On and on and on it goes. Admittedly, most writers and actors haven't thought about the answer to all those questions. But if someone were to randomly ask them one of those questions, they can probably give an answer and have a decent reason for it because we kind of have multiple people living in our heads. It's a little concerning. Like a human being, everything about a character's past and present affects who they are. Just small examples. Who would Captain America be if his parents had lived? Or if Bucky had never stood up for him? So, with that in mind, we are told that the reason it's important to change these characters is because it's important for the represented class to see themselves on the screen. And to see themselves on the screen, you have to get the character right just with the more accepted version of fill in the blank washing. But the people that tell us these things need to happen also tell us that men can never understand what it's like to be a woman, and a white guy can never understand what it's like to be black. You can't just hear stories and understand it. You have to have lived your life that way to understand it. You have to have experienced everything that they have. I agree to a certain extent. You can still get empathy from stories, but it is true. So, you are saying that the experiences of the life of someone of a different race or sex are completely foreign to someone without those attributes because it permeates every aspect of their lives. In other words, swapping a character's race or gender doesn't just swap a few minor details. It fundamentally changes everything about that character. According to you, changing that changes their entire life and backstory, which makes them a completely different person. If you change a character's childhood, upbringing, life experience, etc., you have changed who they are. And that means that it isn't the same character anymore. And if you say that I'm wrong about that, then you're saying that these characteristics don't actually matter. And if that's what you're saying, what's the point of changing them at all? Also, the first time Hermione was ever described as attractive was when her hair was straightened, and I've been told that's a deeply offensive thing to say about a black girl. You'll see me next time if you subscribe, if I'm still here. Bye.